Hello and welcome to The Explainer. You know, if you've ever felt completely overwhelmed by the sheer volume of health advice out there, believe me, you are absolutely not alone. Today, we're diving into a source that strips all of that complexity right back down to the absolute basics. We're going to explore how focusing on just 5 foundational habits can completely revitalize your day-to-day life. It's structured, it's incredibly accessible, and the whole shebang literally starts the moment you wake up.
But real quick, before we get to those transformative steps, a quick foundation. This explainer is for general awareness only, and it's not intended to be medical advice. We're simply unpacking the concepts from our source material today. You should always consult a qualified healthcare professional for any personal health concerns or before starting a new health regimen. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, let's dive into this. Our source establishes a powerful narrative right out of the gate. You don't need a gym membership to change your life. This immediately dismantles the biggest barrier most of us face when we think about getting healthier, which is the idea that health requires this massive financial or time investment. You don't need to drive to a facility, swipe a card, or buy fancy equipment to fundamentally change your life. You just need a routine. 5 specific, highly manageable habits that you can do entirely on your own terms. It's an incredibly empowering message, and it sets the perfect stage for everything we're about to cover today.
So habit 1, hydrate first. We are kickstarting your morning.
This all builds around a very specific metric, 30. Our source material highlights a critical 30-minute window right after waking up to just drink a glass of water. Think about that for a second. Before you check your phone, before you brew your coffee, before the chaos of the day sets in, you just carve out this tiny, specific block of time. Setting a strict 30-minute parameter actually takes all the guesswork out of it. It makes hydration an immediate priority rather than, an afterthought you randomly remember at noon.
And here's exactly why that 30-minute hydration window matters so much. While you were sleeping, your body was essentially fasting and slowly dehydrating for 7 to 8 hours. By drinking water immediately, you're doing 2 key physiological things. First, you're kickstarting your metabolism, basically signaling to your body's systems that it's time to wake up and start burning energy. Second, and maybe most importantly for how you actually feel, you are rehydrating your brain. Your brain is predominantly water, right? So starting the day dehydrated is a guaranteed ticket to brain fog and fatigue. This simple habit is it's like turning the engine on and giving it the oil it needs to run smoothly all day long.
Moving right along. Habit 2, move for 10. And the best part? No gym required.
The magic number here is 10, just 10 minutes. When people hear the word exercise, they so often think of a grueling hour-long session. But our source material breaks that barrier down by focusing on just 10 minutes of movement. Honestly, it doesn't even matter what it is. You can go for a quick walk around the block, you can do some light stretching in your living room, you could even just put on your favorite playlist and dance in the kitchen while making breakfast. The specific activity is totally up to you. The goal is simply to get your blood flowing for a highly achievable 10-minute block.
And this brilliantly illustrates the psychology behind this habit. 10 minutes of movement equals 0 minutes of guilt. This is a massive psychological win. I mean, how often do we skip a workout because we just don't have a full hour, and then we spend the rest of the day feeling guilty about it? That guilt totally drains our energy. By committing to just 10 minutes, you are guaranteeing a victory. You bypass the guilt entirely. As the source notes, 10 minutes of movement is always greater than 0 minutes of guilt. It frames exercise not as this dreadful chore, but as a quick, guaranteed daily win.
All right, habit 3, eat the rainbow. We're fueling with color.
There's a remarkably straightforward equation here. More colors on your plate equals more nutrients in your body. We so often get bogged down in counting calories, tracking macros, or trying to read those super complicated nutrition labels. But our source material offers a remarkably intuitive alternative. Just look at the colors. Nature basically color codes its nutrients. The deep greens of broccoli, the bright reds of bell peppers, the vibrant purples of berries. Each color represents different vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. By simply making sure your meals are visually colorful, you are naturally guaranteeing a wide, complex spectrum of nutrition. It's a simple visual cue that takes all the stress out of healthy eating.
Which brings us to habit 4, protect your sleep. It's time to rethink rest.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it radically redefines sleep. In our fast-paced world, people so often wear sleep deprivation like a badge of honor, right? As if needing sleep means you're just being lazy. Well, our source material aggressively pushes back against that. It defines the required 7 to 9 hours of sleep not as doing nothing, but as repair mode. This is an active, vital biological state. While you're resting, your body is physically repairing tissue, and your mind is consolidating memories and literally clearing out toxins. It is the absolute opposite of being lazy. It's practically the most productive thing you can do for your long-term health. Protecting this repair mode is a totally non-negotiable habit.
And finally, habit 5, breathe and reset, winding it all down.
We're magnifying another tiny, incredibly manageable metric here, 60. Just 60 seconds. One single minute. No matter how incredibly busy or overwhelmed you feel, you absolutely have 60 seconds. This final habit asks you to dedicate just 1 minute to deep, intentional breathing. It is the ultimate low-barrier entry to mindfulness and physiological regulation.
Taking just 1 minute to breathe deeply lowers stress hormones instantly. When we're stressed, our bodies operate in this constant fight-or-flight mode, just flooded with cortisol. Slow, deep breathing acts as a literal manual override switch for your nervous system. It directly signals to your brain that you are safe, allowing your body to shift from stress into a rest and digest state. It dissolves the physical tension you've accumulated throughout the day, calming your body down, and perfectly setting the stage for a great night's sleep.
So, the crucial point is summarized beautifully by this quote from our source: small habits, big difference. None of what we've discussed today requires monumental effort, endless hours, or a total lifestyle overhaul. It's really about recognizing that massive health changes rarely happen overnight through extreme measures. Instead, lasting wellness is built through the compounding effect of these tiny, manageable, consistent actions. By keeping the habits small, you ensure they actually get done, and that consistency is exactly what creates the big difference over time.
Let's quickly recap this brilliant daily checklist. This sequence is so perfectly manageable. Step 1. You wake up and hydrate within 30 minutes. Step 2. You grab just 10 minutes of movement to completely bypass that guilt. Step 3. You fuel your day by looking for colors on your plate. Step 4. You fiercely protect your 7 to 9 hours of sleep as an active repair mode. And Step 5. You take 60 seconds to breathe and reset your stress levels. 5 simple steps. It's a cohesive, accessible routine that covers your physical movement, your nutrition, your mental stress, and your recovery, all without overwhelming your schedule.
I want to leave you with a provocative question drawn directly from our source material. Since your body is the only place you have to live, which of these 5 habits will you start today? You don't have to tackle all 5 at once if that feels like too much. Just pick one. Pick the one that feels easiest to you right now. Maybe it's putting a glass of water on your nightstand tonight, or deciding to take a quick 10-minute walk on your lunch break tomorrow. The choice is yours, and the opportunity to build a healthier you is right there waiting for you.
As we wrap up our explainer today, just a quick final reminder that this is for general wellness awareness only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, your body is the only place you have to live, so which small habit are you going to start right now?